It's October the 20th, and this is your Pacific Palisades real estate market update. I'm James Respondek with Rodeo Realty, and I've sold hundreds of homes to generations of Palisadians. Here is this week's important market activity. There are presently 73 active listings. That is down, believe it or not, 10% from last year, where it was a little over 80. Crazy. This market just, builds and then it shrinks, and then it builds and it shrinks. Where is it going? We are entering the final selling season of the year. So if you're selling, it's time to do it. Just listed in the Palisades Highlands, 16742 Via Pacifica. This sold for $5.9 million. It's 6,200 square feet on a 13K lot. Now, not all of that is flat. It's got 5 beds, 6 baths, views, and it is in the exclusive gated community of the Enclave in the Highlands, where you have beautiful palm trees. You know, if you squint, you think you're in Beverly Hills. This is a 1995 Mediterranean style, and it is good value, price per square foot. Look at this, $952. Just listed in Rustic Canyon, or is it Santa Monica Canyon? It's right on that transition there, right opposite the historic Santa Monica Forestry Station, believe it or not. We've all heard of that, right? This is a post and beam 1953, a great vintage, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, if you know what I'm saying. This is listed at $4.8 million. Wow, 2,500 square feet of 1953 post and beam on a 10K lot. It is a really nice, kind of cool, natural setting, and it is in the canyon, which I love. So, but the property is really for the architectural purist, or if you can put up with the ire of all those purists, maybe you build a nice new one. Just listed in Santa Monica Canyon, 254 Mayberry Road, listed at $3,995,000. This is a whopping 3,800 square footer on a little over 6,000 square foot lot. You know, the house doesn't really excite me that much, but it does have good bedrooms and baths, and you know, the guest house out the back, but that takes up a lot of the yard. But it is very close to the beach, which I love, and I love the canyon. Just listed in the Village Bluffs, 633 Radcliffe Avenue. Now this is on the Temescal Rim, so you kind of overlook Temescal Canyon there a little bit, so you do get a little road noise out the back. But let's face it, it's an entry-level bungalow, very close to the village, and it's 1,100 square feet, so it really is a bungalow. The lot is larger, but not all of that is flat. Just listed in the Las Casas Loop is 501 North Las Casas Avenue. Now this is a kind of a cherry little bungalow house. I liked it. When I walked in, I had a nice, good house vibe. But it does back up to Sunset, so you do get a little sunset noise out the back. But let's face it, it's entry-level price. It's only $2,298,000. Huh. Just sold now in the El Medio Palisade, north of Sunset area. This is an off-market sale at 15976 Alcima Avenue. 6,000 square foot on an 18K flat lot. Really nice for $12 million. It's a 2012 traditional, 6 beds, 7 baths, a pool. And for context, this sold in 22, wow, it's only 18 months ago, March of 22, for 8.3. That's almost a 50% increase, so they must have done some work to that. Just sold in the Upper Riviera, 1486 Amalfi Drive. This is a 1993 Mediterranean, sold for $10,625,000. Now this sold a little over the ask, about $125K over the ask, and it sold in only 18 days. So who says this market is slow? I think it's the things that are priced right are selling right. This house had really nice volume, you know, and it had high ceilings and wood beams, and large rooms and a really nice private yard and pool, and it is in the Upper Riviera, which is a primo neighborhood. Just listed in the alphabets, 15233 Bestor Boulevard. Now this sold for $8,125,000, also over the ask, also quickly in 14 days. It sold $125K over. Wow. This is a 2014 traditional. It does have 3 levels, so so it does have an elevator to accommodate that. 6 bedrooms, 7 baths, and it's 6,200 square foot house on a 7160 lot. And you know what? It's also the location, because everybody loves being that close to the village. For context, this sold in 17 for $5.2 million. I like it, but I don't like the walk-up aspect of that. But still, proof's in the pudding, isn't it? It sold. Just sold in the Pacific View Estates. Now here's an example of you can price it too high, but the market will find you. I'll tell you that story here. It's a 1965 California ranch style. It was remodeled over the years, so it's got 3,750 square feet, which is bigger than most of those up there. 21K lot, which is mostly flat, and it has really nice views and a pool, but it does still have that kind of 60s California ranch style thing going on. Now it started at $8.2 million. Whoops, I think that was a little too high. But it found its way to selling at almost $6.7 million. That took 82 days. Just sold in the Lower Marquez Knolls, a 2007 traditional. This is at 16951 Livorno. This is 4,700 square feet on a 6,900 square foot lot, 5 beds, 6 baths, and it's really close to the Marquez School. So if you want to walk the little kiddies over to school, it was good for that. And for context, this sold in 16 for 3.5, and this time around sold for $4,950,000. Just sold in the Palisades Highlands, 1402 El Bosque Court. And this sold a little over also. It sold 50K over for $3,340,000. Ooh, this is a good deal. 4,500 square feet. And it's a 14K lot. A lot of that was flat. And it had a pool, 5 beds, 6 baths. Days on market, 12. Just sold in the Las Casas Loop area. This is on the rim of Las Pulgas Canyon, 640 North Las Casas Avenue. And it sold for $2,635,000. Now this sold a little over the ask, 40K. 40,000 over the ask. It was a 2150 lot, house, but the lot was pretty killer. 8,750 square feet. I think it was a good deal because that was a fabulous lot. I hope this information has been helpful to you. And if you're looking to find your perfect property, I look at probably more property than just about anybody in the Palisades. Or if you're thinking of selling, like I said, inventory is still down, believe it or not. So it's still a great time to sell. Call me, I'd love to help, and I'll see you next week.